Hello, Russ Snyder here for WTTF and Cool FM 93.3, and it's time now to talk to an athlete that is going to be in Sandusky this weekend. His name is Brian Schramm. He's also known as the Rockin' Fisherman, and he's part of the Bassmasters Pro Series, which will be up at Lake Erie in Sandusky, August 25th through the 27th. Brian, how are you, sir?
I'm great, man. How are you? Enjoying this weather. A little bit of a cool down here in Detroit.
Yeah, well, this is real nice weather, and it's probably perfect weather to be out on that bass boat, huh?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's been brutal. I have a guide service on Lake St. Clair, and the last 3 weeks or so, just brutal heat,
Yeah. Well, talk a little bit about the what's happening in Sandusky this weekend. It's it's the Bass Pro Shops Northern Open #2. Is that right?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about what happens when the Bass Pro Tour comes to town, and when you guys get there, and how everything gets going, and then till you leave. Just give us a general overview of how it goes down.
Yeah, well, basically, you have 3 official practice days that you can be a part of. And then, of course, you can practice before that. However you want to do it, it's kind of nice. It's a little bit closer to me than the last few tournaments have been 12, 15 hours away. So this is kind of nice just to just to hop and skip over there to Sandusky. And basically, I'm actually getting ready to get on the road right now. From Detroit, and I'll get in town. Of course, make a stop at Bass Pro Shops, and get what I need there, and head over to the hotel room and check in, and do any other interviews that I may have going on, and just get the rods and reels ready to go for practice, and that's about it, man. Just kind of get psyched up and get checked in and get ready to fish tomorrow and practice and try and figure some things out and and try to do well at this tournament. And like I said, I've got two more practice days. I'll have 2 practice days, and then the tournament starts the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The 25th and 26th are days that you're guaranteed to fish. If you make the top 12, then you fish the last day, and that's kind of how it works. I'm kind of in a funky situation because I perform at the final weigh-ins before the top 12 come in and weigh their fish. So if I make the top 12, then there's a bit of a problem there, but wouldn't be that much of a problem. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a problem you can deal with, right?
That's a problem I can deal with.
Yeah.
So I came close, the first one in Missouri at Lake Douglas. I placed in the top 20, so I just missed the top 12.
How exciting is it when you're out there in the middle of the lake, or just on the water when you're doing the fishing? If the bass are biting, if they're biting, it's got to be awfully thrilling. But how does it feel when they're not biting? I mean, just take us through what it's like to be out there in the competition series.
The key is to not panic and just realize that you can get 3 big bites in a matter of 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to keep it together, and the last tournament actually is a tournament that I didn't do very well in, and that was the deal. I just kind of panicked. Time kept going by, and I wasn't getting the fish I needed, and you start changing up, where you shouldn't change up instead of sticking with your guns and just grinding it out, man. I mean. Sandusky, I think, is going to be a little bit different. I think everybody's going to catch fish on Sandusky. It's just, it's the number, arguably the number 1 smallmouth fishery there is.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it'll help me, that I'm close and that I fish St. Clair quite a bit for bass and muskie. So I think that experience there will help me out, on that body of water and yeah, you just got to keep it together. It's mental. One of the reasons Kevin Van Dam is the best bass fisherman in the world is because it's not all physical. It's not all of his physical attributes. It's his mental attributes.
Mm-hmm.
He really knows how to keep it together and get to other people.
Yeah, patience and not panicking, I'm sure, are two key elements. And sticking to your guns, like you said, and doing what you know is right. And just, it's up to the fish after that, right? That's
it. It's up to the fish. I mean, fishing, there's always going to be that element of luck in there. There's a great amount of skill involved when you're competing, but you need that luck to get those big bites.
Yeah, that's
even if you find the big fish,
Yeah, that's an element that maybe isn't quite there in other realms of professional athletics. That unknown of whether the fish are there or not, or just whether or not they're going to bite. That's a huge unknown that's just maybe not there that other athletes have to deal with, that you guys have to deal with each and every weekend. It's pretty unique.
It's very true, and that's why I have a song called the Skunk Song.
Well, that's a nice segue there. You spoke earlier about how you perform when you are not in the top 12 and the top 12's coming in. A lot of folks might not know it. As well as being a professional fisherman, you're also a recording artist, a musician as well. I've been sent some of your MP3s with some very interesting song titles. And tell us a bit about you as a musician.
Yeah, basically, I got my start in the music industry, got hired a few years ago by Uncle Cracker, Kid Rock, went on tour with those guys for about a year, and
awesome.
Then had to make a decision, if I wanted to keep doing that, or if I wanted to try and be those guys,
Mm-hmm.
not just be the guitar player in the background. And whenever I do something, whether it be music, fishing, whatever it is, basketball, I tend to want to be the best that I can in that and really put forth the best effort I can. So, I just, I made a decision to go off and do my own thing and try and write my own songs and record my own music, and it's been very good for me. I hooked up with an independent label 4 years ago now,
mm-hmm.
and they've taken care of me probably better than a major would have. You just try and. One thing that I've found is in this business is that if you can surround yourself with people that believe in you and are good, honest people, you just can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been very fortunate to stumble upon people like that and have a good recording career, as well as what I'm doing now, marrying the two together, which was kind of an odd thing that I never thought in a million years of. I never thought it would happen in a million years, but I guess just when you love two things so much, it's just kind of inevitable,
Yeah, and you're doing two things that you're going to be able to hang on to for the rest of your life. You're going to be able to fish until you're an old man. And that's what old men do, right? They fish. A lot of old men fish and then sit around and play the guitar. I mean, so the things that you really enjoy, you're going to be able to hold on to for your entire life, and that's fantastic because most people really can't say that. So I mean, kudos to you. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. I'm very grateful. I feel fortunate that I'm able to do something that marries two things that I absolutely love so much. And like you said, I think it is a long-term thing and something that I'll be able to do for as long as I want to.
Yeah. His name's Brian Schramm. He's a rock and roll fisherman. You can see him at the Bass Pro Tours up at Sandusky this coming weekend. If you'd like some more information, you can phone our sister stations in Sandusky, Coast Country, WCPZ, and 1310 AM at 419-625-1010. Brian, thank you so much for taking the time out, man. I really appreciate it. Best of luck to you this weekend. And if you're ever going to be in Ohio, whether it's for the fishing or for the music, get in touch with me and maybe we can get a chance to talk again.
Well, you bet, man. Thank you for having me on. Really enjoyed the conversation.
I enjoyed it too, sir. His name's Brian Schramm. Go check him out. Can people find your music anywhere, a MySpace page, anything like that?
You can find my music at there's a couple different internet outlets like iTunes and stuff like that. You do a search on it, you can find it. And then obviously at my website, brianschramm.com, or Schramm Band actually. It's SHRAM band.com.
Okay, and we're going to play some samples of Brian's music here.